Give me mics, give me Ikes, give me YouTube likes, because I'm looking really nice right now. So nice, in fact, where today, or maybe the whole week, I don't know, I want to just read through what is pretty much a Smash movie script I made, I think last year or something. This pretty much came out of after the original Mario movie trailer. After like the Mario movie was like first revealed from the cast. And so I was like, oh, I want to do like my own Smash script movie because it was the result where like, okay, this could probably never happen at all. Like, I don't think a Smash movie is ever gonna happen still. So in that case, I decided to do my own, and I'm gonna share it with all of you, the whole thing. If you want to read it yourself, I don't know how I can send it. I kind of don't want to. Well, I'll just read it to you guys like so. And in the meantime, yeah, we'll see how long this takes. This has 150 pages. So, yeah, this is like a full-on, like, you could actually make this into a movie. For some parts, maybe you could modify... let's do this. Some parts you could modify, which I might have done, like, here and there a little bit before. So... I'm just going to be reading through it. I remember most of it, and I think I found it, like, pretty cool, just, like, what I was trying to do here, but I think you guys are excited to read this, so let's do it, because why not? Act 1, Hyrule, the Carriage, dusk. A carriage is being chased by a Hylian outlaw. He jumps onto the carriage, then grabs the carriage driver and throws him off of it. The outlaw clings onto the side of the carriage and breaks through the window with his feet. The wealthy passengers are startled by the appearance. The outlaw climbs into the interior and aims a crossbow at his victims for rupees. Alright, time to put your arms up. The passengers hesitate. Please, we do no harm. Honest. That's not good enough for an answer. Now hand me your currencies. You don't need to do this. Just please leave us alone. Then I'll leave you dead. Very dark. The outlaw is readying his fire from the crossbow. Outside of the runaway carriage, a 19-year-old knight named Link, wearing green clothes and a green hat, comes to the rescue on his horse, Epona. While approaching the carriage, he quickly pulls out his bow from his pouch, because magic, and ready aims fires an arrow right through the carriage's broken window quickly. The arrow splits the bolts from the outlaw's crossbow that he fired in half. The outlaw spots Link from outside, who is now approaching him. Ah, what am I supposed to expect? The hero of Hyrule here? Link was silenced, but the outlaw pulled out a sword from his belt. You can't scare me, Link. The outlaw swings the sword at Link, but draws his master sword out briefly to block it. The outlaw steps out of the carriage and rides onto the top, while at the same time dueling Link with swords. When on the top of the carriage now, Link climbs on top too. And so you wield the evil's bane itself. They both continue to fight. After some time, the carriage dashes through a little forest where Link bluntly knocks the outlaw off of the carriage and lands into a bush. Link finds the other knights waiting at the very end of the forest area, where he tugs the ropes in front of the driver's seat to break the carriage being pulled by two royal horses. They both barely stop right in front of the barrier the knights placed on the path. Link, still on the carriage, was now panting from the experience while the chief speaks to him. Alright, so you got the carriage here, but where is the bandit you were chasing? He's somewhere in the forest. Sounds good. Scouts, find the bandit if you will. We'll get him dirty behind the cells back at the castle before we know it. Yes, sir. The scouts go looking with their crossbows and bows and arrows. The outlaw quickly got out of the bush he landed in. He tries to run away from the scouts, but accidentally trips over some thick roots pointing from the ground and falls into some mud. The noise from the trip made the scouts spot the outlaw on the ground. They run over to him where his face is buried in the ground. You can't run forever, thief. You're coming with us. The two scouts grabbed both of the outlaw's arms, cuffed his wrists, and dragged him away. End of scene of that one. Yeah, I'm fairly looking at this. I definitely made Link talk in this one. I don't know if that's appropriate or not. I don't know. Maybe I was just thinking like, oh, I think straight up, if you're gonna make this a natural movie, like it might make sense for this to happen. I don't know. It's always like, should Link talk in a movie or not, or just be like totally silenced, or I don't know. Maybe he would be more of an introvert who, likes to help people. Anyways, the castle dungeons, night. The outlaw gets tossed into one of the prison cells in the Hyrule Castle dungeons. He stands up and dashes to the door, gripping the cell bars. "You can't do this to me! I deserve worse!" Link is in front of the cell door, standing there in silence, staring at him. "Don't talk much, eh? There are some things better for me to say than the worst things, bandit." Link starts walking away. "My name is Cilio, Link. I'll get you someday. Someday!" Link walked up the stairs to the guard room to encounter the victims from the runaway carriage incident. "Thank you so much from Nehru for saving us and our son." Their son was the driver of the carriage before being tossed off from the outlaw. By the way, I had to add a note there. "It's always wonderful to have such young people like you in these parts." "Well, I'm grateful for what I can do." "Well, yes indeed, but bloody Din, we don't have time for gratitude. We must return to Karkuko village before sunset with plenty of time to spare." "Well, that would be fine, dear, but I wish there was something to give to Link for his service." "Marry on, I said there's no time to waste. We must make haste." The two passengers and the driver's, the son, begin to walk away, but the son stops and looks at Link for a sec. Then he quickly runs towards him and gives him a wallet full of rupees. "Please, take these 500 rupees as a gift." "What? I mean, you don't really have to do this." "Don't worry, my family is healthy with love, so I don't care to lend some to you. It's just a way to say thank you, Link." "Well, you're welcome." Should I give Link the accent? I don't know. I keep thinking of Link sounding more like Frodo Baggins from Lord of the Rings. "My family and I are honored by you and highly to this very day. Now carry on without tarrying on." "Absolutely." The son rushes back to his mother and father while waving back at Link goodbye. Link looks at the family for a few seconds with joy until they are no longer in sight. He looks at the bag of rupees and heads upstairs as seen. I don't know. I might as well. I keep imagining Link's voice as Frodo for some reason. Like just a little bit this accent like this, maybe. Maybe not too much, but I'll just do whatever. This is my movie script. I can do whatever I want, no matter what the people may rage about. Link and Zelda, night. Link is in front of Zelda's bedroom, waiting for her to come out after knocking. Eventually she comes out. "Oh, hi Link. How are you, Zelda?" Not much really. Do you even eat dinner?" "I'm not hungry." "That's fine. Anyways, do you want to talk?" "I rarely do unless I'm with you." Jeez, I don't know. I don't think that wasn't that solid writing. It's impossible to do really good writing on Link. When he tries to talk, it just ends up being cheesy. And I feel like we're going to get that a lot of times throughout the script. "Well, that's what friends are for. Keeping topics to each other and no one else. Please, come in." Zelda moves for Link to come into her bedroom and sits on one of her chairs. After both of them sit, they begin their chat about the day. "So I heard that you and the Royal Knights successfully caught the outlaw that's been robbing the rich people across the kingdom. How did it go?" "Nothing I can handle. Smaller than killing a warlord. I was even given 500 rupees from the family for my efforts." "Well, that's great to hear that it wasn't too harsh for a result." "Indeed. I know how that feels, even after so many experiences before. I'm just gonna sound like myself when I do Link's voice. Even if I just end up sounding like the narrator. "And I say you had plenty." "Yeah, plenty." Link stands up from the chair and stares into the dark, starry night. You know, too much experience means too much is already known, and sometimes I'm sick of it. Well, I hope you're not wanting more trouble. I know. I just want to be somewhere else, away from this place someday. Link, look. It's best if you don't think ahead of time and enjoy the side you're on today. I guess I'm trying to chase cuckoos again, am I? At least you can stop now. I don't know what to think of the writing so far. Upon looking at the skies one last time, a shooting star shoots downward behind the trees from the distance. Well, you're right. I'm sorry for my concerns, but dawn draws closer with every minute. Oh, you're right. Please, don't feel so disappointed in yourself. I'm just glad to talk with you tonight. Thanks, Zelda. I'm just glad to be best friends with you. But yeah, I'll go settle down in bed now. Sounds good, Link. Link starts to leave the room. Sleep tight. Link starts closing the bedroom door outside. Good night, Zelda. Wow, I mean, sure. After closing the door, Zelda sits on her bed while Link does the same thing after changing into a knight's shirt. What about his night pants? He then goes to bed under the blankets. I don't think he ever did that in the games. I mean, you see that with like Ocarina of Time and Skyward Sword. He just sleeps. They sleep without blankets. Link is highly as a reckless just to not sleep in blankets, but I don't know. But does truly wonder what else is out there beyond the kingdom of Hyrule. Is he ever gonna retire from being a bodyguard and the hero of legends? Maybe not, but with all the thoughts dancing in his head, it silences down and Link drifts asleep. End scene. I need water. It's just, yeah. I don't know. It's hard to like picture this well in my head. I mean, I know I'm the one who made this, but like even so, like I think this is actually, this is one of the cases where like the script sounded a lot better in my head than when I actually try saying the script out loud, especially when I'm saying it to you guys through here now. Let's see. Okay, it's still working. Sorry. The Thing, midnight. A carriage taxi is strolling under the moonlight, but after approaching a forested area, the driver spots some pink squishy thing on the ground. Uh-oh. He stops for a moment and hops out of the carriage to investigate the thing. When he slowly approaches it stands up awake quickly. The man was startled in fear. It seemed to have only a round body with eyes, a mouth, and dark pink cheeks. He has short arms with no hands, has no legs, but feet to cover with simple red shoes. Who am I? Riddle me this. Oh, sorry. That was just what it was reminding me of. Yeah, who are you? A summoned minion from Ganondorf somehow? The thing looked confused for a second, but then it spoke. Oh, gosh, how am I gonna... Why, I'm Kirby, and I don't even know who Ganondorf even is. Are you new breeded Choo-Choo? He starts poking Kirby's head. Like, no, just... That's not nice. Why don't you be kinder? I'm not being mean. I just don't know what you are. Well, I'm the all-star hero from the planet Popstar, and I have to land right here in whichever here is called. Here is called Hyrule, home of the Highlands. Now, are you sure you're not working with any cults? No, I'm just lost and stranded here without any way of going home now. This is totally normal for me, though. But it would be very nice if you could help me get back to Popstar. Well, I don't really have too much knowledge of going out of the unknown, but I definitely know someone who probably knows about it. Duh. Link. So maybe I'll let you hitch a free ride on my carriage over to Hyrule Castle. There, you'll meet the person in the castle. Sounds good? Can I try speaking and even try my best with the Kirby voice? Like, sounds great, like strawberry shortcakes. There was no way I could do like the actual Kirby voice as a thing. I'm only trying to sound like this high, like this. And then I try to speak in my falsetto, it just doesn't sound like him at all. Like, what do I sound like this? Huh? Just my falsetto. Sheesh. Alright, Hop on aboard for a cozy ride. Kirby jumps into the carriage along with the driver on the driving seats. We're off! He whips the horses to move, and onwards they go to Hyrule Castle Town. By the way, what's a strawberry shortcake? My favorite cake, and yes, I can eat over 1,000 of them in one bite. Actually, you could sigh from that too. That, like, I don't know. I feel like Kirby could somehow actually be voice acted compared to Link. Like, there's some indications. You'll probably honestly, if you were to do like, this does make me wonder how Kirby's voice would sound like if he were to have his own movie. Like, I keep imagining maybe it would be like the Toad thing, where I keep imagining where it's not gonna be like it's not gonna be like that like really high soprano voice, as I mentioned back in my Mario movie review before it came out. Where like it should be like a little bit like this maybe. I don't know, maybe in between. Just I don't know. I'll just try my best. I'll keep going. The fight morning. So this is starting to get a little bit more interesting now that we have Kirby. It was morning when the carriage arrived at the gates of Castle Town. Alright, it's time to disembark. Kirby was passed out on one of the seats in the carriage, but he slowly woke up. Man, I really need this water every time. Kirby was passed out on one of the seats in the carriage, but he slowly woke up. It really took like 5-7 hours to get there. Wow. Alrighty, that was like only a minute to get here. That sounds boring. I'm gonna try the falsetto still. Hey, I made my promise to take you here, so you go now or ride somewhere else, Kirby. As Kirby steps out of the carriage, he trips down the stairs and face plants on the dirt. He stands up and rubs the dirt off his face. Whoa, I'm sorry I didn't warn you about the high stairs. No worries, I'm fine. Well, all I can say to you is to take care of yourself, Kirby. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Ugh. The driver man whips the horses and departs from the front gates. Kirby looked at the tall gates for a sec and started running towards the castle, into the castle wall like an idiot. I'm kidding, no. He dashes past the guard along the way. Stay out of trouble, or Link will give you trouble. I think I got that from Skyrim, like the one guy, like, in the Ragged Flagon, who's like, stay out of trouble, or there's gonna be trouble. Kirby didn't hear him since he was running quickly, of course, but Kirby started to take a slower stroll when he entered the hustle and bustle of the markets of the castle town. The hustle bustle, okay. There were a lot of people going about their day, some running late for work, while the kids were playing some games on the streets or playing ball. But what really caught Kirby's attention was some of the foods being sold on the streets. When he approached one of the food stands, he began to be glorified by some of the unique cakes they had that looked oh so delicious. And so Kirby decides to dig right into a lot of them. It's like very little to him. Like a lot sounds like a human being, but then a little. Not knowing that there was a currency system in Hyrule. Then the shopkeeper appeared outside. Hey, what are you doing, thief? Guys, I got a food smuggler here. It's like, what's so funny right now is just like, especially where just the characters that are like, just like I kind of made up here, like they get like the good voices that you're comfortable with, and then like the main characters' voices, like Link and Kirby, you can kind of cringe. The nearby guards start coming towards Kirby and surround him. Hold, Steve! Hands to arms in the air! Maybe I am bad at impressions. What did I do wrong? Are you kidding? These cakes cost like 100 rupees each, you deformed choo-choo. What is even a choo-choo? Please freeze and come with us. Kirby begins to step backwards. Come on! I said freeze. Come on! That's a smash quotes for you, even in the games. Kirby is still backing up slowly. Last warning, stand completely still. Kirby stops, but takes another cake from the stand and eats it. That's it. Guards, get that football out of my face. The guards begin to charge towards Kirby to catch him. But before they could grab him, he jumped up high enough to completely avoid them. Both of the guards hit their heads together upon the miss, thankfully wearing helmets. Okay, wear your helmets. That's a lesson from me for today. Bam, go like and subscribe, and thanks for... Okay, I'm king. And so Kirby was now on the run from the guards. Come on, get him! Kirby goes running around the entire marketplace and enters the housing districts. He gets surrounded both front and back and is blocked by 2 tall houses on his sides. That doesn't sound good. Ha, works every time. Come on now, Pink Demon. You're going to pay for your causes. I love the different voices I'm doing for each of these like random like extras. They start to run towards Kirby with their spears pointed right at him. But before they could come even close to him, Kirby jumps up once, but begins to inhale like a balloon and pushes himself upwards towards the sky beyond the roofs of the houses quickly. Oh, big skill revealed, by the way. The guards tried to reach for him, but he was already too high for them to even jump and reach him. Kirby lands on one of the roofs, does a wavy taunt at them, and begins to run off. The guard throws his helmet to the ground, frustrated. Dang it! Kirby was making his way towards Hyrule Castle from the roofs, but below one of the houses, Link appears by using his hookshot to drag himself quickly to the rooftops, where Kirby is. Link climbs onto the roof to encounter Kirby himself with his Master Sword drawn out at him, but he just runs past Link, ignoring him. Link pulls out his boomerang and throws it right at Kirby. It hits his legs, causing him to trip onto the ground. Link comes rushing towards him, but Kirby opens his mouth really big and begins to inhale Link like a whirlpool. Link was in Kirby's mouth, and by swallowing him, he copies Link's ability as a sword fighter. Link did reappear behind Kirby, so he wasn't eaten. I mean, I played Smash before, right behind him. I'm hoping I'm not think of anything inappropriate here. I'm just gonna say, who are you? I am Kirby, hero of pop star. There's some flamingo music there. I don't know. No, that's more suitable with bed at night. I at least from what I've seen from like a little bit of the Kirby animation, cartoon, whatever, Kirby anime series. With both swords drawn, Link and Kirby began to duel with swords on the roofs. Kirby was really good with his agility, but Link was more tanky and stronger being compared. They were going across the rooftops during their fights. That's pretty fun. It's like I've seen that before in some other movies. With some close calls, with one of them falling off the roofs. After some time, Kirby would almost lose to Link at the edge of a taller house, but Kirby managed to knock Link completely off the roof and fall into a fountain deep and wide enough to catch his fall. But that's how water works. I don't think the fountain would actually be that deep to rescue his fall, I keep imagining. The splash would land on a young lady in a fancy dress who gets mad at Link, slaps him on the face hard, and walks away. Man, I really had to do that kind of humor. After taking out Link, Kirby continues his way towards Hyrule Castle, while Link is soaked and frustrated after losing against a short, pink, puffy thing. Oh gosh. Seriously, I swear a lot of this sounded way better in my head than this now actually reading it out loud, like basically in public. And what, only 16? This is gonna take forever. I'll just keep going. Kirby makes his way on top of the walls surrounding Hyrule Castle. He spots the guards on duty in front of the main entrance, and there were many more and there were many more guarding the main areas around the castle. However, there weren't any on the roofs, so it could be a good spot to get to by using his own floaty ability. One window in particular was completely deserted from any person occupying the room, so Kirby began to make his way to that one window. He begins to float towards it without being spotted from the guards below. He manages to make it on one of the roofs, but not the one with the specific window he was going for, because he ran out of breath. So Kirby had to climb around the castle walls carefully, and finally made it to the window. He opens the window and climbs into the room. Upon entering, he looks around the room. It's a pretty royal bedroom with pink and purple colors on all over the decorations. Who could it be? It looks like some princess sleeps here. Who could it be? Upon coming to the door, the princess appears from opening the door. Who could it be? Yes, indeed, it's Zelda. Oh, that makes sense. And upon spotting Kirby in the middle of the room, she screams in horror. Her shriek caught one of the royal members' attention on the same floor. He comes rushing to Zelda to see what's wrong. What's the trouble, princess? What's that thing? The man looked at Kirby. Oh my, I don't even know, but I might as well report to some of the gods to take him for breaking an entry. Kirby quickly dashes towards the member. Wait, please don't. I'm not here to hurt anyone. I'm being very honest. I don't think my honesty meets yours, senor. Wait, interrupts. Excuse me, sir, but give this thing a chance to explain to me. Well, if that's what you wish, just don't get eaten by that thing, I guess. Don't mess with Kirby. He's telling another lesson here, so go like and subscribe. End of lesson. Thank you so... I'm not gonna do that stupid joke again. I'm so sorry. Okay, it's about the thing, I guess. The member walks away down the hallways. Zelda walks into the room Kirby's in and shuts the door behind him. I'm so sorry for my rude reaction, but please tell me first, what's your name? My name is simply Kirby. Well, nice to meet you, Kirby. I'm Zelda, Princess of Hyrule. Kirby decides to sit on one of the chairs now. Oh, so you're a princess. That could be very helpful for my needs. Well, I suppose you did come here exactly for my help. But what help or guidance do you need from me, Kirby? A simple way for me to return home to Popstar. Where's that? In outer space. Where's outer space? It's beyond the skies, out of this world, where the stars are, and other worlds like here, kind of. Zelda was starting to grow more confused, but continued to try to understand what Kirby was talking about. Is that really it? Beyond the skies? Uh-oh, it's starting to get serious. This is gonna get really cheesy. Just a big warning, I bet. You've never been outside of Hyrule before, haven't you? No, at least I need to stay here as a royal princess with my father's side. Kirby began to look down in concern. How was he going to escape from the world of Hyrule to Popstar? So am I just a sitting duckling? I don't want to say yes, Kirby, but I don't even have the solution to return you home. Well, I guess I'll be fine here until something happens. I'm not saying you're going to be here forever. Besides, I know of someone named Link who might know a solution for you. He's been around all of Hyrule and out of it compared to me, so his knowledge might mean yours even better. Okay, but who's Link? Link randomly appeared from the doorway, still a little bit drippy from the fountain, and looked like he ran all the way here. Upon opening the door wide open, he glances at Kirby with an unexpected tone of voice. Unexpected, you! Link, in full anger, comes walking aggressively towards Kirby. You're not supposed to be here, Link. I said unexpected tone of voice. Okay, not the Batman voice. Or no, not of the metal voice, I should say. Zelda quickly stops Link with her hands on his torso and right shoulder. Whoa, this is getting serious. Link... Link, calm down, please. Kirby isn't here to cause a single harm. To do what? Blow an economy in the marketplace by stealing a lot of goodies? I didn't even know it was illegal here. Link was trying to get to Kirby, but Zelda was fiercely grabbing him more to stop. Like, She even slapped him to shut up. Sheesh. Link, stop. He just wants the help from us. Will you just forget about whatever he did for a whole minute, even an hour if you can? With the both of them looking at each other, Link finally calmed down to discuss the extra trouble. Fine, as long as he's not here for any more trouble. Thanks, Link. That's pretty cliche. I'm just gonna immediately say that. I don't know if I feel like this is torture or if this is actually fun. I don't know. Maybe this is more fun because I feel like it's actually going to be a lot more, let's see. Yeah, like it's 30 minutes. Wow. Like, it's going to be more entertaining on YouTube, even if this is going to be one of my longest videos. I want to at least probably get to Act 2 because it looks like I'm doing that. Link was now more tame after agreeing with Zelda. He begins to discuss with Kirby on his matcher. Kirby, is it? What are you doing here? I don't even know. I don't even want to be here. Something else brought me here, I guess. How and what happened? I can't explain it well from your head, but I was in outer space when I was riding on a warp star when a giant hand came face to face with me. I tried to escape its encounter, but it was fast enough to slap me off the warp star. Slap, like the base. I began to fall into your world and landed here, stranded. So I came here to see if Zelda here, or even you could help me get back. Link and Zelda were both really confused. I said it wouldn't make sense to you. I'm sorry, Kirby. I don't even know what's even out of this world of Hyrule. I know there's stars, but what else even? Is it even blue like day or dark like night? And isn't that the giant hand that followed you? Okay, honestly, the writing here felt a little bit better, in my opinion. I don't know, maybe I just started to get a lot more used to it now. But looks like Master Hand's here. Zelda was pointing at some really big white hand. Yeah, it's definitely Master Hand. No surprises on that. Right outside of the window, Link and Kirby walked towards it to counter it. Link opened the glass door out onto the balcony. There, they found it was only the hand, but nothing else matters! Not even an arm. Sorry. Do you speak? Yes, Link. How do you know my name? I know every hero in this universe. Ow, I have mouth sores. I know every hero in this universe that you live in. I know that because you become stronger and more powerful to even destroy the evil Ganondorf himself. Like a hero. And Kirby here, who is cute but deadly, defeated many powerful beings and gods such as Nightmare Marks and among many more. I don't think Marks was a god. He made himself a very powerful being from the Sun Clock, from Milky Way Wishes and Superstar, so I don't know, maybe because also Marks was a boss in Smash Ultimate. Fine, that works. Who are you exactly? I am the all-time most powerful master, and now that time has come for everything to share a consequence with destruction. Not us. Oh my gosh, that voice was so perfect. Just the, yes, exactly like that. Link and Kirby still have Link's power. Oh, okay. Both drew their swords, ready for a fight against Master Hand. Master Hand was doing many things to fight Link and Kirby, from using his fingers as swords, to firing bullets from his fingers like a gun, and he even shot lasers from the tip of his fingers. I was playing Smash Brothers at the time, because I know exactly all of his movesets. They made their way on top of the castle roofs while fighting him. Master Hand was getting more aggressive by doing huge slaps. I just imagine Master Hand. No, I can imagine like a terminal montage moment, like in these animations where like he's just slapping Kirby to one of them to death like this. Like I don't know. I don't know. That would just be like what's imagining in my head. Pounding his hands on the roofs like a baby and punching them like a rocket. Rockets, rockets. The roof was getting very damaged from all of this. At some point, Master Hand was about to thrust right at Link, but Link grabbed Kirby, who's next to him, and threw him right at Master Hand in slow motion because I think that's what I was imagining. It's an action scene. It's gotta look really cool. Before Master Hand made it to Link, Kirby quickly thrust his sword right at Master Hand's finger. Finger? Like, wow. That's kind of precise at that moment. Kirby quickly thrust his sword right at a finger, defeating him. He began to explode several times and flew away from a distance, and then exploded in the sky. I mean, this was in the game, but just like, I don't know, this just feels like such a random encounter, like, at this part. Well, I guess it's supposed to feel random, I guess. Link throws Kirby in its Master Hand, and it finishes, like, I don't know. Maybe I just didn't want to worry about writing into... I mean, this is, like, already, like, 150, so I guess I didn't want to worry about, like, action sequences. I was just going to leave it off to animators to make this. By the way, does somebody want to animate this thing? Maybe? Voice actors? I don't know. Just... it'd be awesome. I mean, maybe this would be a lot better. Actually, hold on. Let me first finish the scene. I think I'm close. Nice one, Kirby. We did it! Link sounded like Kirby that time. My bad. Kirby and Link did a victory high five, while Zelda used Pharaoh's Wind to teleport to the top of the roof. Oh, Link and Kirby did a victory high five. That's so adorable. Like, you know, just like Link giving a high five while Kirby just gives him a high five with his, you know, nubbly hands. I mean, yeah, his hands, like, aw. Link, Kirby, are you alright? We're both fine. Oh, good, but do you even know why he was after you guys? I don't know. But at least it's long gone now. Let's just hope that we don't have to deal with those things ever again. Hopefully! Okay, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so like, if I were to ever get like an animator, like, maybe this would actually maybe look way better if it was like actually like visually animated and like more professionalized, like professional voice acting, or not even professional, just somebody who could pull off the voices actually, compared to my attempts. I'm only good at the extras though. I'm not the best voice actor. I'm just improvising, simply. I don't know, just let me know. But anyways, let's keep reading. I know this is gonna be like over an hour, but who cares? We're gonna have so much fun tonight. The Denial Night. Tonight. Okay, it's tonight. Good night, Zelda. Link closes Zelda's bedroom door and returns to his bedroom that following night when they fought Master Hand. By the way, my lab is named Zelda. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I think Seth Rogen also named his dog Zelda back from the direct. So, ha! Let's see. His bedroom that following night when they fought Master Hand. Speaking of my dog, I don't know if you can hear. Anyways, Kirby was sitting by the window, stargazing for a second time. Link came in. Somewhere out there. Okay, just imagine Kirby like singing. Like, no, he doesn't even need to sing the song. Just make him, like, break out into, like, singing at that part. he'll like, something that sounds like that song from American Tail. So am I gonna sleep outside tonight? I mean, I hope you're still not angry with me. Nice. Link was thinking for a bit, but then replied. Through his phone because I'm kidding. You can actually sleep in here tonight. I'm sorry for what happened earlier today. Kirby doesn't say anything for a sec. Apologies accepted. Sorry I was a total troublemaker today. It happens sometimes with me when I don't know what's going on. Yeah, just like everybody else. Like, I'm a troublemaker for driving this car. I'm like, 7 years old. I don't know. I'm a troublemaker, and I don't know what's going on. That well, that's just the way it goes sometimes. You're good at this, Link. Come on. I wish trouble wasn't always with me. Can't you always deal with it? No, because I'm just the legendary hero of Hyrule. Well, guess what, man? Link, suck it up. I have troubles too all the times, just like all of us here. Sheesh. If that sounds great, but that's just business, and I just want to move on to something else that's different. Okay, honestly, I should be training this harsh. I feel like there was like some like cool relatedness I had with the story where it was kind of like I tried to relate to like the things I go through and just translate through Smash, but I don't know. This kind of like goes through a little bit where like at a time where yeah, like going through like having like jobs and all, how like it gets so repetitive and tiring. I don't know. Let's see what these two geniuses have to say. I guess sometimes that gets very fatiguing. Yeah. Yeah, but you know what, Kirby? You've honestly been very good to me the more I get to know you. I guess we skipped a whole evening, I guess, so maybe around dinner time they did. Rather than discussing other worst case, how did you become the hero of Popstar? This is not other worst cases. Okay. It's a long story, but in a shorter sense, I basically stopped this mean king named King DDD, or Day, from robbing and eating all of the food in Popstar. Ha! I mean, that sounds simple to me, especially for a king with 3Ds. Nice. That's probably the best thing Link has said in the whole, like, I don't know, so-called movie so far. Well, that's because you're a hero too, but not a good one, though. I said I liked you, so don't turn that around. Hehe, sorry. So far, I kind of like Link and Kirby together. My goodness, 42 minutes. I'm gonna die. Link smiles at Kirby for a bit. Well, maybe I should be a better one. What makes you think that? I just don't know sometimes if something feels right, but then it's completely wrong. I mean, it turns out I was okay at the end, right? Like I said, I don't know if retiring from all this early is a good or bad move. That's a tricky one to think about. I don't really know the answer for it. Well, maybe I'll know when I'm older. But what about me? But what about now, though? I'm sick of dealing with the laws of destiny. Well, where I come from, there aren't really any laws, just decisions, right? Yeah, same with here, actually. But I do wish I was more respected like you. I think your sense of duty is really cool. Not to make it sound shameful in any way, at least. Just awesome. Link paused his talking and began thinking. What was he really trying to get here? Denying what he was now or thinking too far ahead and should trail back to a spot where he is happy to be at currently? Thanks, Kirby. I guess I'm thinking too much about my life should be at a later time. And that I should just be who I am at this very time with someone new like you. Just like you. So I keep breaking into songs. I love doing that. At least it can all come down to experiences along the way. Those are good words to admit. Just to be present. The characters love yawning before bed. That's when you know the script that they're about to go night-night. Although I think I'm gonna tuck in for the nights now. What a day it's been. That sounds good, actually. Well, I'm gonna get ready then. We look out Link's window from the outside. Sorry. We look out Link's window from the outside, and the view begins to zoom out from viewing the castle to viewing the whole planet in outer space. From there, we saw a strange ship gliding around it. Super Smash Brothers, the movie, only in theaters in 2033, rated PG-13. Okay, I think I might be pretty close to getting done with this act. I don't know, I actually like this part the best so far. I feel like this whole Link Kirby conversation was actually really good compared to like the Zelda stuff. I don't know, maybe Zelda is the character I think is messing things up right now. with like the writing. Because otherwise, like with Link and Kirby here, somehow the duo kind of worked out at that part. So I'm honestly gonna give that credit to my writing abilities. I mean, I'm probably better than maybe other writers. I don't know. The Emissary morning. The two Hylian guards were on a watchtower. Are you kidding me? On the watchtower! Princess, get out of you! See, I told you I would keep breaking into songs. I even did that in the script. To be funny. Around the borders of the entire cast town. Okay, yeah, I know a lot of old songs. Even Jimi Hendrix, okay? They're just on their daily duty, spying for any sense of trouble. Man, maybe the guards should have been given the more emotional stuff to Kirby about having a job workforce sucks daily, because that's even more boring. Today was pretty rainy with lots of clouds, which makes it harder for any spots on the skies, but that was no longer a worry ever since the fall of Ganondorf's uprising to world conquer. Literally, that makes Ganondorf sound like Adolf Hitler at that part, or I don't know. I could have said somebody else, but different perspective. Whatever. Anyways, right behind one of the guards, however, a pile of shadow bugs began to sprinkle from beyond the clouds. You really have to play the games in order to understand this. Excuse me. Actually, I need water again. This is fatiguing. All of the shadow bugs began to pile up, and they began to form into a weird human being. Being the color of purple, wearing gray clothing and a hat, and with only red eyes on its face. If I were to describe that to somebody, and they'll never see like what a pyramid from the Subspace Emissary looks like, then this would still not make sense. This thing was known as a pyramid. Yeah. Those are like those like enemy dudes from the Subspace Emissary, the main guys you get in that game. You know, the totally original Smash enemies. So, I guess I'm trying to roll with that in this too, because why not? The guards turned around to find it behind them. In total shock, the one guard tried to slash it with his sword, but the pyramid totally dodged it. I really played a lot of Smash, especially Smash Ultimate, and quickly grabbed the guard's neck. Oh wow, it threw the guard off the tower. That is brutal. Well, Smash is pretty brutal in general. With only one guard left, he began to panic with his sword out. I'm gonna go faster. I want to get this done in under an hour. Who are you? It didn't speak, but more shadow bugs began forming into pyramids. I didn't write that part right. But more shadow bugs forming into pyramids began to appear from the sky, totally outnumbering the guard. They now have him completely cornered with nowhere to run. Please, we can talk about this. I don't understand what you people trying to do? I literally wrote that like a caveman. And then they all began to beat the guard up and threw him off of the tower as well. The watchtower! But the spread of the shadow bugs only got bigger as more began to spread on the streets of the marketplaces. The home districts and all the pyramids began to cause havoc to everything by torturing any Highlands who dared to fight and oppose. Fire pyramids caused the fire flower pyramids, causing houses to burn, and the skies began to become thick with dark red clouds for more evil effects. Oh, just like the actual game. And out appeared a very huge ship with wings that looked like bat wings, like Batman, and the front of the ship looked like a knight's mask. It began to fly towards Hyrule Castle. Inside the castle, one of the royal members came rushing over to awaken Link in his room. Oh, this is Link's awakening. Link, please wake up. He was shaking Link. I thought he was saying shaving Link. My bad. At the same time, and eventually he woke up. Link, I'm so sorry, but you need to take a look outside. Kirby also just woke up and alarmed too. They both went to look outside. Link was horrified at the sight of the castle town burning into ruins. Oh, no! My hometown is being destroyed. Ah, such a horrible sight. But Kirby was mostly aware about the ship now parked in the sky pointing right at him. Link quickly went to his closet and unlocked a chest to retrieve the Master Sword and his pouch full of gear somehow. Only then came back, still in his sleeping clothes. Obviously he's rushed to only see a person. Well, he's still wearing his adventure pants because he only wears his sleeping shirts. They didn't have pajamas in Hyrule. I don't know. To only see a person wearing a thick green robe and a tall fashioned hat. Very specific. His whole outfit literally covers his whole face, and only his yellow eyes were visible from the hood. He must be really hot in there. He's known as the Ancient Minister, who's standing on the tip of the ship. Well, what do you want? Where's Meta Knight? The Ancient Minister spoke nothing back. What do you want from my people? Going full Thor Ragnarok, or no, I don't know, like one of those like, I can't think of the movies that have that kind of line. Sorry, no, I can't imagine Link saying that. Otherwise, it's just too funny. We're just too goofy. He said nothing again, as if he doesn't even have a tongue. Instead, however, he nodded at them, turned around, and walked away into the interior of the ship. The ship then began to... Sorry. I'm so sorry. The ship began to fire bullets right at Link and Kirby, who both dodged them and ran back aside for some cover. Link is very used to that, I guess, from dodging bullets. Like, in action movies, Link literally is having his own James Bond moment here. The bullets were blasting through the glass, so they left the room in a hurry. James Bond, Link is the next James Bond. However, the hallways and rooms were being infested by more pyramids. Making an escape was no easy task, since there were so many of the pyramids. So Link and Kirby were fighting off a bunch of them. Many of the knights were struggling against them, but Link would jump in to help. Link and Kirby eventually made it. Why do you need to help the guards? They're just extras. Or NPCs if this were a video game. Many of the knights were struggling against them, but Link would jump into the... I guess... Sorry, this is such a goofy line for Link to say. I mean, Link and Kirby eventually made it to the main exit from the castle, but it was blocked off completely by some red barrier. More pyramids were attacking them from behind, but Link and Kirby were a strong duo together, taking out all of them, making the main room deserted. Wow, they're that powerful. What do we do now? We'll go to the secret passageway out of the castle. We should be safe in there and out, hopefully. Oh, for this fan service, this is referring to Link to the Past, you know, where they had to push the throne chair. Wait, what about Zelda? Oh, shoot, we need to go back and get her now. Then, out of nowhere, a big ball came breaking through the glass window on the ceiling. It's the orb of the one... I was thinking of that scene from the Lego movie that when the golf ball that breaks the dog's head building. Sorry. When it dropped, two robots with no legs but arms appeared from behind. That still is not a good description unless you know Rob. And locked their hands on the sides of the balls. They pulled it in half to reveal the inside of the ball, which contained a timer starting from 3 minutes and 30 seconds and counting down. What's that? I'm a radio fan. I really have to mention that. I said that on I even did a dedicated playlist, by the way. So I had to sing a little bit Paranoid Android. I think it's a bomb. We need to destroy it. Link and Kirby rushed towards the robots holding the bomb, but Kirby's efforts from kicking, punching, and even pulling the robot away from the bomb did nothing. Not even the power of the Master Sword could do anything to the robot. Link was trying really hard too, and was even beating the bomb with the sword. But nothing could take effect from Link and Kirby's efforts. Sheesh, I mean, Ike in Subspace Emissary was able to destroy one of those bombs. Get a better sword, Link. Just one of those Royal Guard swords you would have, even if we're talking about Breath of the Wild here. The timer continued to to count down, or prefer tick down. It's no use. We have to get Zelda and go. Kirby glanced at the bomb and saw the timer is only down to 2 minutes ticking down. And then I said ticking down. Sheesh. But there's not enough time, Link. We have to keep moving ourselves. But I just can't leave my best friend. I just don't want to. Link, come on. Either we leave Zelda and avoid the bomb completely, or we try to get her and all of us get taken by it. How do you know what the bomb does? Well, it's a bomb, whatever. Link was going in complete frustration, then began to admit to Kirby with tears in his eyes. I mean, would he even have enough time still, or am I just trying to make this a very emotional separation moment from Zelda moments here? Maybe I'm trying to do something like that. But whatever, maybe this is the right choice. I don't know. Link was going in complete frustration, began to admit to Kirby with tears in his eyes. I hope she'll be safe for the time being. You could have said something a lot more sad than that. And Kirby was looking and concerned at Link for a moment. Okay, let's get moving before the bomb goes outside on a walk. Then lead the way. And so with very little time now, Link and Kirby went into the throne room, which was completely deserted from any threats. Not even the royal members or even the king was there. Here, help me push this side of the throne chair here on the left. The throne chair that the king sits on was a secret tunnel underneath. Although it's not used often, it's used in cases of emergencies for the king to escape from any danger. It requires 2 people to push it, but thankfully both Link and Kirby were able to push it completely to reveal the tunnel. They climbed down a ladder that led to the bottom of the blackness, but only a lantern was visibly lighting the whole hallways. Yeah, I definitely took this part from Link to the Past, which I'm cool with. I guess I wasn't thinking of if this was good be canon or not. Let's be careful. I only went down here in the sewers once some time ago. Alright, just don't get us lost. Link took the lantern for light, and they both ventured through the sewers in a rush, in hopes that the bomb wouldn't contain a big blast radius to catch them. After dashing through the tunnels near the end, they reached the end of it. Link went to the left of the room to pull a specific lever to open a door that's led into a sanctuary. Upon emerging from it, Link and Kirby were greeted by a priest. Link, my goodness, are you okay from the horrible attack? Link didn't say anything to him, but ran outside of the big sanctuary where he could see the castle. And only in a second, the bomb inside the castle exploded into a ball of a very dark matter that expanded enough quickly to cover the entire castle, and all of the districts, including the walls surrounding them. The sanctuary was only 3 minutes walking distance from the supermassive black hole. So there was no way it could make it there. But Link was completely dazed in shock at the black hole that now covers his whole home. Black hole stun! I gotta stop. But what stressed Link the most is, where's Zelda? Did she even make it out, or was she captured by those pyramid beings? But he highly feared that Zelda was now stuck in that black hole for maybe forever. Both the priest and Kirby were watching Link from inside of the sanctuary, who then came running into its full anger, picking up a pot and throwing it at Kirby and blaming him for leaving Link. Throwing pots. Get it? Like in the Zelda games. We could have saved her. Even if we did, we would have still barely made it here with her. Link, you please just calm down a bit so we can figure this out. The only thing I want to figure out is how to get rid of you, you pink demon from a children's nightmare. Oh, Link pointing at Kirby. Okay, I thought he was talking about the priest because the priest was pink. Link pulled out his sword to fight Kirby for good. She's out of control. But Kirby quickly sucked up all the pots near him in his mouth. You could even like suck up Link. Wow. And spit them all out right in front of Link. I mean, I guess it's a lot more painful. Link went flying through the air and landed, sliding across the floor and thudding his head hard on the wall. Sheesh, this is kind of PG-13. I mean, I gotta knock out Link somehow, right? He wasn't completely knocked out, but he lay on the floor in even more frustration. He was crying about Zelda again. Why did this all have to happen? Why did Kirby think of leaving Zelda was the better option? Link would even die first than Zelda, so why did this all happen at least a tenth of the way? They had to write all of that down because we get it. Meanwhile, though, Kirby was leaving Link alone at this point and came by the priest's side. Do you think I did the wrong thing? Please, too much worry can drive you crazy, just like Link here. But I think it would be best if we let him rest. He dealt with worse physical pain, but definitely not emotional and mental. Really? I mean, I guess it's Zelda. I mean, wow, yeah, at first Link was like, okay, I'll admit it, let's just keep moving. And then he's like, I hate you so much, Kirby. Ugh! They were his best buds. And now they're not. I wish you would tell me why, sang Kirby. Kirby looked outside to see the black hole, which seemed to not expand any further, thankfully. But Kirby realized he lost all attention to getting back to Popstar. The more he thought about it, now he decided to forget it. The focus now was to help deal with the chaos that's going amiss. But first, where to go now with Link? The stars, the stars. You're right, but what can I do now? Well, this is, of course, quite a catastrophe on Hyrule that I've ever seen. We never had any unexpected visitors like them to wreck the whole place now. But what do you think they are even trying to conquer? I wish I knew, but like I said, all of this was unintentional. Like this never happened before to you? Well, that ship, the Hailberg, is something I dealt with, but all of those things in the bomb that were never based on my past experiences. Well, when did you come here? I landed here from space 2 nights ago. Oh, so you weren't even here that long at all. Yeah, that's right, but... They both thought about it for a second. Link seemed to pass out on the floor. Okay, so now he's knocked out. Now he's that tired. Ouch. Well, I guess the real question is, am I and Link safe here? I'm afraid while it may seem like it for now, those things are out and about causing havoc. And I can tell that you want to stop them for sure. But there's no way what's your name? Kirby. Anyways, there's no way, Kirby, that you won't be able to take a whole army down like them. Otherwise, you're just stuck here dead for them from... from them to possibly come back for you and everyone else. I can take it down a lot of bigger things. I don't see why this wouldn't be so bad. The point is, this is something to be avoided until more help and answers can be found. Dealing with them now could lead you to more trouble everywhere else, like another black hole. I just don't want another loss just like Zelda. Even he's faithful that, like Link, that Zelda's gone. I guess that's fair enough to say, like giving a banana splits to someone else who's having a bad day. You're a good guy, Kirby. How do you know Kirby's a guy? I thought Kirby was a girl when I first played him in Smash 64. I was that confused as a kid. Gosh, anyways, that was weird, sorry. Well, I guess I'm overstressing all of this. I just need some time to remain here for a bit. Hopefully Link will feel better when he wakes up. That'll be fine. I'll get the both of you clean from all of this. Then I'll find any survivors outside who require shelter here. Oh, Nehru, preserve us all! And what's a banana split? I was gonna laugh at like him saying, "Oh, neighbor preserve is all within." What's a banana split? Nice. I don't know. Maybe that was just like the more of the lame Hollywood humor. Okay, I want to finish this. The survivors. Afternoon. The priest returned about 50 Hylian citizens that were found from outside of the black hole. Oh, wow. We lost a lot. 1,000 lives were lost that day. They entered the sanctuary and found spots to sit and chill. Like, that's totally be not being a little bit professional there of a writer. Sit and chill. They received some bread and water from the food storages. Link was awake, feeling better, but wasn't wanting to hang around with Kirby since he still doubted the decision to leave Zelda behind. Link was sitting on a chair with a blanket around his back since he was feeling a little bit cold. It's really cold outside that day, just like outside right now, even for April. Sheesh. Kirby was just sitting somewhere around the sanctuary on the floor. Once everybody was settled, the priest went to Link to check on him. How are you feeling now? On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your pain? Do I need to say good because I still miss her? Link, I know how you feel about her loss, but it only makes it worse for you to keep having her as your target to secure yourself. Right now we need to figure out where you and Kirby should go next. You're saying that I'm not safe here? It's more unfortunate than it sounds, even for now. Link was breathing slowly and calmly to relax and thought about all of this with a clear mind. He needs to get his mind off of Zelda for now. Link knew at this point that taking vengeance for her was going to be a better option, it feels like. I can't be selfish for sure. And how about you go and apologize to Kirby? Then we could discuss it fully. But, fine, I'll tell him. Link started to come towards Kirby, thinking that Kirby would be mad at him. Upon encountering, Link was in silence for a bit, but then replied to him, Kirby, I don't know where my mind went that time, but I just want to say that I'm truly sorry for my rage at you. You know what? That was only a different Link I encountered. I'm just glad to talk to Link who's more loyal, courageous, and talented. Well, I'm glad to be that Link now. Thank you, Kirby. After all, we barely made it from that bomb, and even though Zelda is trapped inside of that, maybe, we could carry out to our next task to stopping those freaks. That's probably what she would want for me to do now. Sweet like candy. I think we should speak with the priest out. Sorry, that sounds weird. Sweet like candy. I think we should speak with the priest now. With the stability between Kirby and Link more secure now, they both returned it to the priest who was talking to one of the older knights that escaped the bomb. He's 60 years old! Wow, that is way too old for him! Link tapped the back of the priest's shoulder, like, oh, perfect timing, gentlemen. I think I have an idea on the next place for the both of you to journey to, thanks to this man here. Yeah, that's right. I think I know a place far outside of Hyrule where Link and Kirby can not only find cover, but also hopefully gain more help against these primates, which I like to call them. Those things have invaded all of Hyrule Castle and the town. Yes, Link, I'll say this, but it's such an honor to speak and help you at this time. Now then, though, this place I will now mention, I encountered 62 years ago when I was sailing somewhere northeast from here for some adventure, I guess. There, however, I was put into a raging storm that beats my little boat into pieces. I thought I was going to be facing death, but I somehow survived and was washed up on a continent with many weird things that I've never seen before. Like the people there were short, have round mushrooms on their heads, and apparently call themselves toads. It's the Mushroom Kingdom. Cool. That's where we're going next. I was greeted by them, and I even did some cross-country with them. Oh, so I think I might make this guy like the runner from Ocarina of Time, and then like kind of like did the reference where it's the running man from Mario Sunshine, where if you remove his mask in the Mario Sunshine model, then it would actually reveal the same face as the running man's head from Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Well, at least the Postman in Majora's Mask. I just cross with them since I enjoy so much. They did enjoy it too, apparently, but I guess the Toads could enjoy anything except for torture. Well, Mario Party's kind of torture. I don't know. Well, Toad doesn't even play Mario Party, just assistant. After some time, I decided to return home on a ship recognizable to the people of Hyrule. Really, somehow. Even though I could have told my stories, I never had the time to mention it during the civil war between the people going on at the time. Don't even get me reminded of that. Sorry. But from there I was sent to work for the knights to help defend the troublesome. And as the years went on, I just left the idea behind on this crazy adventure I've been through. How? Like, it was like insane. Like, it's like, yeah, like, oh, I forgot about my trip to Florida. That was wonderful. And so, like, 50 years later, like, even in my 60s, I'm just gonna forget about this. Dang it. Okay, I'm sorry you have that lack of memory until now. So now, I guess it's my... Seriously, why? So now, I guess it's my suggestion that place should be the world to go for you, and this squishy pink thing from a dream, but then a nightmare. What's up with you people calling me a demon of some sorts? Well, what am I supposed to call you then? The Pink Demon. I pretty much took that from the Smash Ultimate where on the Punch-Out stage, like on the screen in the background where it like gives like an Easter egg where it like says the character, the fighter. Anyways, but like calls... It's not making sense, but it calls him the Pink Demon. Link began to giggle a bit. But what is this place even called? What? Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't even mention it, but it's called the Mushroom Kingdom, and you didn't even remember the name? Wow. Suddenly it's like, oh, this... Now I gotta remember it. Believe me, it's way more of a better settlement than Hyrule here. That I'm going to admit, somehow. But on the other hand, where else to hide anyways? Well, under my bed, of course, if that demon can fit underneath it. Ha! Alright, I'm tired of you, and I'm ready to go. Can we go? Please? Can we really please go? That would be best now, the more you stay. And Kirby's like, yay! Yeah, I want to go ride the carousel, and I don't want to do the Ferris wheel because it's too high. Whatever. Kirby was called a baby in the original anime. Oh yeah, I never watched the Kirby anime, by the way. Just so you know. I've only seen it through like some parts on YouTube, so at least I know of it. Thank you, Nintendo Kirby YouTubers. Ants, dude. Hateno Village has a dock full of passenger boats suitable for very long travels. However, I don't have the rupees to give you to pay for a long trip. Link started to worry about the castle. About the costs. You remember that the cost to go on those boats was possibly 500 rupees for overseas travels. Sheesh, it could have been more expensive than that. Nobody ever had the intention to travel outwards that far, however. So what's the point? Wait, I still have 500 rupees in my wallet. I like how this part just writes out where just like feels like the narrator gets cut off and the narrator's like, oh, never mind. Brilliant! That'll be enough for you and Kirby to travel to the Mushroom Kingdom. But you must make haste right away. They keep saying make haste a lot. Like, there was the one, like, Carriage dude I was about to get robbed that Link saved who said, we must make haste. And now this guy is saying we must make haste right away. Or you guys, sorry. Just be careful on your travels towards Hateno. Oh, and Link, I have spare adventuring clothes those you can wear. Because, well, his shirts, whatever. He gave Link the clothes. Here, this is very similar to your green tunic, but without the cap. The new clothing Link was given was the lighter blue color. Oh, so he was originally wearing his green tunic, and then he's wearing his Breath of the Wild one. Wow. But everything else about it, indeed, was the same as Link's original tunic. Oh, wow, really not canon. Especially when I'm combining Link to the Past stuff. We'll try to, sir. Thank you so much for your efforts and for the new clothes here. But please, keep the citizens here safe as long as you can. Why does Link need to sound like some guy, like that one guy from Braveheart? If that's what he's... Wait, no, I never even seen Braveheart. I'm just thinking... I've seen Thor, though. Like, I say, like, keep the people of Asgard safe, something. After Link got dressed, he and Kirby started to depart from the sanctuary. I will for you, Link. I'm never gonna have him speak like that, ever. Go and bring peace to all of this world. We will! Upon outside, Link began to whistle for his trusty horse Epona. Thankfully, she appeared and didn't seem to have any wild encounters coming here. Horses have really amazing ears in this game. And thankfully, she stops right in front of Link. Link began to pat her face. Why was Epona that close to the sanctuary? Coincidence? Fine. Movies are all about coincidences in order for a story to work. It's alright, Epona. I'm glad you're safe and sound here. Link climbed onto Epona. Come on, Kirby. She won't hurt you. I promise. Kirby jumped right behind Link, gripping on his back for the ride. And so it begins. Ever onward. Hiya! And they both rode off into the plains and the many paths of Hyrule to Hateno Village, where to this very day things will never be the same. And ever again. End scene and Act 1. Boom! And that's like only a little bit of a quarter of the script left. Which... and there's my dog again. Anyways, so I'm not gonna edit through this whole 1 hour thing, because this took way too long. But, anyways, yeah. Yeah, the script, I say, ended up being better over time. I wasn't sure about the beginning at all. It felt kind of cheesy with the writing at first. Maybe I got more used to it in my head. Like how I got used to Chris Pratt Mario's voice, I guess. Anyways, though, yeah, so that's the whole script. And, yeah, just let me know if you made it the whole 1 hour way of this. If you want to, if you want me to, continue to narrate the rest of the Smash movie script. Or that I, of course, 17, 18-year-old me made years back. And so this time they're going to be going through the Mushroom Kingdom, it looks like. So if you actually like the script, or at least you want to be like, oh, what's going to happen next, just let me know. I'll probably, I don't know, because I don't think I want to do this again unless people are requesting that I do this again. But otherwise, hey, but speaking of Smash Brothers, by the way, if you want to at least get the chance to watch more of my stuff, anything Smash Brothers related, then just click right here if you want to see me rank the Smash Brother games.